It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely... I'm almost there! Random... Why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. This week being recorded on Thursday, August 27th, 2020. I'm your host, Andrew Rhodes, here on the good old Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. Pleasure to be back. Pleasure to be here. Welcome aboard, everyone, for the podcast extraordinaire. Yes, that's right. We're on the SS Podcast, and we're going to be taking off. I love that idea. So anyway... what am I going to talk about this week? Well, believe it or not, Japan now has its first officially licensed video game bar. Yeah! If you are a fan of the anime mascot, wow, I really almost screwed that up. Nipako, the plastic nipper girl. Sad news, I'm afraid. It's time to bid her a fond farewell. I know. Over 100,000 people from around the world attended a virtual doujinshi event, which is actually kind of impressive, taking that, I know, Kamiket, yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it, that got canceled, so that's actually kind of impressive. It got 100,000 people, so that's really impressive. I mean, everything is, you know, nerd mecca here. The Weird Al of Japan is teaming up with Pikachu for some new single due out later this month. It'll probably be out by the time this video goes up anyway, but still I can talk about it. Oh, God. The internet reacts to the Fall Guys being 6 feet tall. You're kidding me, right? Those little penguin things? No, hell, God, no. They're as tall as me? Oh, my God. That worries me. There's a Doctor Who episode in there somewhere. Wow, 6 foot tall marshmallows. Okay. According to a report, due to the global demand of anime, the budgets for said anime have increased. Yay! And giant robot fans prepare to celebrate 30 years of Brave shows. I will explain what that means. But... all those topics and more this week here on the podcast. But as always, you know the song and dance by now. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Wide variety stuff. Come on, the holidays are fast approaching. And with places maybe still not up to full, you know, swagger yet, you might be having a hard time tracking down a gift for that friend, family member, person you can't stand, but it's the holidays, so you want to be nice to them anyway. You know, all the weird relatives that you got, like Weird Uncle Fred, Crazy Aunt June, all those weird relatives. Yes, and your weird friends, and the people that you hate, but it's Christmas, so you have to at least be nice to them one day a year. Yeah, I know. I try, but let's face it, I don't. Anyway, check out my eBay page. I got a wide variety of stuff for sale, and I'm still adding stuff as I go. Yes, I know I say this every week, and yes, I know it gets annoying to hear, but hear me out. I am trying. I'm a one-person operation for that and my YouTube channel, so it does take a lot of time to work on. I'm not joking. But either way, you know, come on. You know you want to check out some of the stuff on my eBay page, and hey, why not? I mean, I'm a cool guy. Plus, I have a 100% customer satisfaction rate. How many eBayers can say that? And I've been on there since 2012, so over almost 8 years, and a 100% feedback rate. Yeah, all positive, too. So that's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Don't forget, you can also check me out over there on Twitter. You know, the site with the bird where everybody can type in something that's like 250 characters or 260 or 270 characters. Yeah, that site. You can follow me over there at Otaku Rhodes. And hey, while you're online and checking out social media anyway, why not swing on over to Facebook and check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page? You know, created by yours truly. You know, with a little help from Facebook's algorithm. But the logo's mine. Check that out, and while you're here on YouTube checking out my other videos like the Q&A videos I do every month, Andrew Discusses, Andrew Rants, some of the reviews that I've done, my theory videos that are now done basically, and some of the other stuff that I have on here. While you're checking all that out, why not hit that subscribe button? I found out recently, according to the algorithm, the analytics anyway, that a good chunk of the people that watch my channel aren't even subscribed. Let's rectify that, shall we? Just hit that subscribe button. You don't have to hit the notification bell if you don't want to. If you want to subscribe for that when new videos come out, and you at least know about it by going over to the little side and you see the little dot next to my logo insignia, that'll tell you there's a new video out by yours truly, and you can check that out. But otherwise, if you want to know when new videos drop and you want to know first, hey, ring that notification bell, ram that thing hard, and basically set it to all, and you'll know when any video I put up here on YouTube drops. That's right. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe today. I mean, seriously, it's right there, right under the screen. You know, you're listening to me, it's right under there. Go check that out while I start the podcast. Go on. The button won't bite you, I promise. Alright, so how'd my week go? Well, let me start off by saying the following, because I know it's probably a burning question throughout most of your minds, especially those of you that weren't paying attention the last couple weeks. How come you're recording the podcast on a Thursday, Andrew? This is a Saturday program, isn't it? Yes, it is, as Phineas and Ferb would always say. However, due to circumstances far beyond my control, there will be an event, I'm assuming weather permitting, but who knows, or in my neighborhood on Saturday. In fact, it's going to be about, I'd say maybe 200 to 500 feet from where I live, and with me having the windows open because it's still relatively warm out yet, they're going to get loud, I'm going to hear it, and they're playing music. YouTube plus music equals copyright strikes, unless it's copyright-free stuff, and I ain't going to own the rights for that shit. So I decided to take the headlong initiative, and since I have to work Friday morning anyway, I decided to just record the podcast Thursday night instead. This way, the podcast is recorded for the week, I still got the topics for it anyway, and I get to avoid all the wonderful hassle that is trying to do the podcast quick Saturday night after the event. Because who knows when it's going to end, because it may not end when it's scheduled to end. Who knows? It may not even happen, but this way, I'm covering my bases just in case. Because I'd rather be safe than sorry. But anyway, so how'd my week go so far? So I can go from like last Saturday or last Sunday to today. So how'd my week go so far? Ironically, quite well-ish to a point. So Tuesday went moderately well. Grocery shopping, laundromat, was pretty dull, normal. Monday, I uploaded a bunch of videos that will be going out sporadically throughout the week. I think yesterday was the second of 4. I put the Q&A video up today, which I'm really excited. I checked out the analytics for it quick because I had to answer a couple comments. By the way, thank you all for submitting your questions too, by the way, for the Q&A. Thank you all for commenting and just overall subscribing to my channel. This is a massive thing for me. I'm really enjoying this. I'm having a lot of fun. Especially when everybody interacts, I kind of feel like I'm making a difference here, and I really thank you for that. But anyway, so I checked that out. I'm really pleased with how that worked out so far view-wise, so that's really good. It's like 27 views. That's the most I've had, within a day, so that's actually not bad. So, how did my week go otherwise? Pretty well. Wednesday was work, so dull, boring, came home, watched TV. That was about it. We did watch a pretty cool movie yesterday. It was called Hard Rain. It was Christian Slater, Ed Asner was in it, Morgan Freeman, Betty White was in it, sadly, and Randy Quaid. And the whole point of it was, I guess, this armored car was transporting money out of an area that's about to get flooded out because of a massive storm coming through. Everybody in town's evacuating, save for the 3 police officers, Randy Quaid being the sheriff, and a few criminals that want to hijack the money in the armored car. And yeah, the armored car ends up getting stuck in a bit of a water bank. They try radioing for help, only for the criminals to find them, accidentally shooting the one guard played by Ed Asner. I'm pretty sure it was Ed Asner. I'm almost certain of it. And Christian Slater's the other guard, and he decides to take the money and run to protect it because, well, they shoot me or they get the money, they're not going to keep me alive. Meanwhile, or before all this even happened, the sheriff's going around telling everybody that's left in town, look, you gotta get out of here, it's not safe anymore. Betty White's character is there with her husband, this really old guy that's just really sorry for the guy, I really am. And she's like, we're not leaving till we finish setting up traps for looters, because last time we evacuated, this place came in, everybody, you know, all the stuff was taken. So she was kind of pissed off about it, and yeah, that was fun. But, there's like a couple good jokes in this movie. The one is right after her and her husband walk back in, and the sheriff's walking back to his car. He just kind of mumbles, you know, kind of hoping that the husband will hear him a bit, but it's like he just mumbles, the good Lord will, you know, won't mind if you drown her in the basement, because she's like a real ball buster. She's like one of these in the movie, she's like an elderly, like really elderly, and her husband's like really old. He wants to evacuate. She's like, no, we're staying here. We're going to keep our stuff safe. He wants to leave. She doesn't want to go. And it was just really funny. And the sheriff's just like, you know, he'll understand if you want to drown her in the basement. Just like push her down the stairs and she'll be fine. But it was rated R. So to begin with, it was rated R. But then later in the movie, after all hell's breaking loose, we find out there was another person in town trying to save the stained glass windows at a church that she was restoring. Christian Slater's character ends up running into the old folks, and the old guy gives them their boat so he can try to get back to find some help, or at least get back to the. He wants to get back to the armored car, get the shotgun, and you know, wait for the National Guard, only to find out that they're not coming, because turns out his partner was in on the whole thing and contacted the bad guys. But then they end up capturing the old couple. The girl got away. She was still hidden up in the attic yet. But they take the old couple. They're going back to the armored car. They're there as hostages. And Christian Slater's like, well, you got to let him go. And they're like, the guy's like, all right, yeah, fine. Let him go. Please, let him go. Take him. Because Betty White was just annoying the hell out of the poor guy. And all of a sudden, they're rowing away, and she's pissing and moaning, and all of a sudden, her husband turns the boat around. He goes, I'm going back. I'm either going to ask them to shoot me or you. I don't care which anymore. That was like the second good part, because he told Betty White to shut the F up. And I mean, I'm not a huge Betty White fan, so that made my day. It really did. Then after all hell kept breaking loose, the end of the movie, they're both in a tree. He's almost dying. She goes, no, you can't leave me. You can't go yet. No, don't stay away from the light, damn it. And he kind of comes back and he goes, next time I say we leave, or next time I say evacuate, we evacuate. And she's like, yes, dear, whatever you say. It's like she's just so happy he's alive, and it's like, no, I'm putting my foot down now, damn it, I'm back. It's like they both dropped, basically. It's like they both dropped. But, yeah, so that was kind of a fun movie. Ends kind of stupid, though, but it was a good movie. The sheriff ends up turning on him. The dam ends up breaking in the town. All hell breaks loose. I mean, wow, it was a good movie. If you get a chance to watch it, it's called Hard Rain. We watched it on Tubi. No, we watched it on Crackle. It was on Crackle. Check it out. I recommend it. It's a pretty good movie. It was damn good. I recommend it. If you get a chance to check it out. But, yeah, that's pretty much how my week went so far. It's been dull, boring, uneventful. So, let's get into the podcast. I know I'm pretty much over how my week went right now anyway, time-wise. So, let's go. Okay, so, now, a while back when I still had cable, I used to watch a show. It was called Bar Rescue. Basically, what it was is John Taffer, this bar guy, or I guess you call him entertainment expert or whatever his title is. I don't even know what his title is anymore. But basically, he would go around to failing bars and try to help them. And the one thing I always thought of is that, you know, you're kind of alienating a few people. Because he always did, like, you know, couples bars, singles bars, sports bars. There was, like, a hookah lounge, the one. I think billiards was another one that he had done. There's like a whole bunch of bars that he did, and the one that I was like, you know, you haven't done this one yet, and I was kind of waiting for that to happen, but it never did, was a video game bar. Now, how come we can't have a bar dedicated to, like, video games? Have, like, you know, Mario and all that? Well, apparently over in Japan, they've had a few of them for a while, but they were unofficial, unlicensed, and shut down almost as quickly as they were popping up. They were like the reverse of cockroaches in a way. This time, though, Japan finally has its first officially licensed video game bar, and it's opening in Tokyo. Good old Tokyo. I love Tokyo. Tokyo's got all the good stuff, man. So while video game bars are popular in Japan, they do operate in somewhat of a gray area. That being, they can't exactly exist because they can get shut down over copyright claims. And people even get arrested. Yay! That's not a good thing. I mean, I want to go to a video game bar. Oh, cool, I run the chance of getting arrested going to a bar. And this is why I don't drink. You run the risk of getting arrested just going to the bar. No, thank you. I'll stay home. But in 2018, for example, there were instances where video game bars were shut down over copyright claims and people gotten arrested and all that other fun stuff. So video game bars typically let customers play games for free while charging them for drinks. Well, yeah. You sucker them in with something that you want. Why do you think, and this is something that I learned, and it's actually kind of true. Why do you think, actually it is true, if you ever go somewhere and they offer you like, oh, here's some free pretzels or here's some free chips, do you know why they're doing that? It's enticing you to drink more, which means you'll be staying around more. You might order something more to drink and something more to eat. Because, look, yeah, we cop a few, Pringles here, stick them in a bowl. Yeah, here's some free chips. And then just like that, you're suddenly drinking 2 or 3 more glasses of soda that we are charging you like $1 per refill. Or you're ordering something else. And with bars, they will do that with peanuts and that. Peanuts, pretzels, chips, anything salty on the bar. Because that's how they'll make extra money. Because you'll order another drink. And those drinks add up after a while. So, yeah. So when it comes to having a gimmick to get people in the door, hey, you can play video games for free. Sign me up. Man, I'm getting thirsty, yeah. Hey, I'm going to go to the bar, get us something to drink. And there you go. They basically got you. Hook, line, and sucker. So, there you go. But apparently the Association of Copyright for Computer Software, or ACCS, has pointed out that not getting permission from the creators violated copyright in 2011. The ACCS called on game bars across Japan to adhere to copyright law. So the new bar, though, in Tokyo, which is slated to open in Akihabara. Yes, Akihabara! The mecca of anime nerds. The mecca of nerdom. I swear it is going to be, if I ever go to Japan, the first stop or last stop in my destinational planner. Probably the last because it's a tourist trap and I will lose my goddamn wallet there. I will be broke afterwards. So that'll probably be my last and final stop will be there. Definitely will be my last and final stop. So, this is honestly great. I love this. It's claiming that it's gonna be the first one, but it's supposed to open up in September. Claiming to be the first video game bar in Japan to get official consent from various game makers. Because they are, and I'm not gonna say that they aren't protective of their IPs. They are. I mean, take a damn good look at Nintendo. They did not hesitate to smack Mario Kart down to its knees. And those people at this point, I have no sympathy for them anymore. They just keep coming back. I mean, I had sympathy for him before, but now it's just getting sad. Now it's just getting sad. Now it's just like, please, just stay down. Just stay down, please. Oh God, they're getting back up again. Why? Stay the hell down, please. For God's sake, just stay down. Don't move. Don't get back up. No. They keep getting back up. But the bar has the cooperation of Sega, Arc System Works, SNK, City Connection, which apparently owns the rights to Jaleco's catalog, G-Mode, which owns the rights to Data East games, and in Japan, Tetris, Penon DP, which also owns rights to some Data East games, and I know I'm going to mispronounce this last one, Dotimu SAS. It's Dotemu SAS, so also that one. So there's at least a few of them that have greenlit this saying, no, hey, we're fine with this. You want to do this? Let's do this. Let's dance. So now that you have the officially licensed game bar, it's going to open up in Japan, it certainly seems to remove a lot of the gray area that surrounds other establishments, right? It's unclear if they're going to need, though, to work with the game companies and copyright holders, which they probably will, because, let's face it, money makes the world go round. I mean, Mo Sizlak sang it in an episode of The Simpsons when he was trying to do that movie thing. It's been known for the longest time. I mean, look at that Tiny Toon Adventures game. TV episode or movie when Plucky and Hammy went to Happy World Land. The literal lyrics for the song is "Where the fun doesn't stop at only $80 a pop." That literally tells you this place needs money. It's like the fucking Disneyland of the cartoon universe. You know, you gotta do everything to get into there. However, the best part, though, is that the bar named Tokyo Video Gamers also has officially licensed merchandise. Yay! Guilty Gear coasters. There's some cool glasses. Let's see here. What else we got? You got some Arc System stuff here. Like some old school ones. Oh man, I love this. This is cool. And there's also some images in the article here of the inside of this bar, which seems to have a fairly standard stock bar, nothing super rare or fancy, of course, but should please folks who want to drink cocktails and beer while playing some retro games. So basically, like Philip J. Fry said in the episode of Futurama, it's a Saturday night, I'm single, I'm lonely, I got a 2-liter bottle of Shasta and my All Rush mixtape. Let's rock. Well, I almost messed that line up. I said mush is Rush. All Rush mixtape. And they've got some really cool coasters. I mean, I wonder if I could buy the coaster. I mean, can you buy the coaster? I mean, I know it's going to cost some money, but hey, can I buy the coaster for $5? I mean, if it's officially licensed merch, I guarantee you that will find its way up on eBay just like that. In a matter of minutes. But there are some pictures which you can pull up in the article then. So this is pretty cool. But yeah. I mean, I'm not exactly upset about this. But then again, I don't drink. But I just kind of think that the aspect of this is kind of cool. Because like I said, when I was watching Bar Rescue, this was something that I always hoped that John Taffer would have done. Like, hey, let's do a video game themed bar. You know, a bar that's literally video games. All video games, nothing but video games. Never happened, never happened, never happened, never happened, never happened. A couple bars you walked away from, and I'm just like, damn it. I should have just kept that as an idea for a dream. Then again, aside from my otaku store, which I still would like to do someday, just sell all the anime and manga goodies, and I could even have an online store and still have a physical store too. That way people can go, hey, I can order this, and you can come pick it up at the store, and you don't have to pay shipping then, you can just come pick it up. It's like free store pickup. But yeah, that'd be an idea. But aside from that, I also thought about having a alcohol-less bar. So basically, I was going to call it a soda bar. Then I found out there's actually a name for it, and they are kind of popular, and I'm like, I could do one of these too. Have a bar that sells no beer. You know, I could technically make myself a bar owner. I would sell no beer. And the kicker is, I would theme it anime style, and I would still make a crap ton of money. Because I guarantee you, you get like the 18... And the kicker is, because I'm not selling any booze, there's no alcohol, you can have 13-year-olds come in there. They can come in, have a soda, have some water. I'm fine with that. That's what we sell here. We sell soda, we sell water, we sell birch beer and root beer. We sell no alcohol whatsoever, so minors are welcome. That would be the greatest idea I think I could do. But, yeah, that's an idea, nonetheless. I mean, I've had a few of them. I also had an idea for a hammock store. All hammocks all the time. I'm going to call it the Hammock Hut. I love the Hammock Hut, because that's where you can just put your butt there. I even made, like, a little jingle for it. Because I was so psyched to try to come up with this when I saw how many of the hammocks we were selling at work. I'm like, hey, I could do hammocks. A store that sells all hammocks and nothing but hammocks. People love hammocks. And I know somebody down in the comments going to go, nobody loves hammocks. Oh, well, I never even had a hammock. I mean, I've never owned a hammock, but I would love to own a store that sells nothing but hammocks. That'd be amazing. I'd end up getting bought out and be like, wow, my Hammock Hut store was so popular, I got bought out. But I'd love to just do that, call it the Hammock Hut. I get to thank The Simpsons for that one. Just call it the Hammock Hut, where I could just put your butt there. But yeah, so kudos to the Tokyo Game Bar. I hope you succeed. Hopefully this is the start of better things to come. But either way, this is impressive and extremely exciting. I will not lie. That is, it's really cool. Kudos. Okay, so here's some solemn news if you were a fan of this anime mascot. Nipako, the plastic nipper girl, is, well, going away. She's fading into obscurity now. So, you can find anime mascots for just about anything. Computers, to entire companies. I mean, there's one that I swear to the holiest parts of hell that if it evolves, I am going to do a rant video, the likes of which the universe will have never seen. Stars will bloom and die before I am even finished. And on top of that, it will basically make a kindergartner's... It'll make all my previous rant videos look like a kindergartner's temper tantrum. I'm not even joking on this. If that freaking mascot evolves this week, I am going to be pissed. And by the time this goes up, I'll have already known the answer to that. And if it evolves, I'm gonna be pissed. Anywho, one in particular mascot has been the darling of Japan's plastic model community, Nipako, the personification of the plastic nippers. You know, those things that you use to separate the model pieces from the big... what I actually thought of was like a really cool grid that they always had them on. I always liked those. There's like, what do you do with the rest of this? I always felt like you should send them back to the company that they could melt them down and reuse them to make more model kits. And that would be something that would be really cool if any company out there would ever want to make like model kits professionally or come up with an idea. Have a thing that you can return it to them. Like have like an envelope or something you can stick it in. They have to pay the shipping, of course. And it's like a return to you for recycling that you can just melt it down and reuse the plastic again for other model kits, rather than the people just throwing them in the trash like we usually do, or into the recycling like we usually do. The company can reuse it, melt them back down, and use the whole process over again. I mean, it's literally plastic. I mean, it's not that difficult. Then you could give them like a credit or something for the next model kit or something. Like, hey, because you did this, here's a $5 off. You know, here's a 5% off your next purchase from us. You know, you're welcome. And then give it to them as like a coupon or an online code if they bought it online. You know, there's unique ways to do it. That's just an idea. Anybody out there wants to roll with that, be my guest. Just credit me for it. Anyway, back to this though. But the world of weird and wonderful anime mascot characters is shrinking by one today as Project Nipako closes out. Let's all have a moment here. Okay, that's fast enough. I didn't even know this thing existed. I'm not even going to lie. So, while this is sad, yes, I didn't even know this existed until today. So, there's that. So, yes, you're reading that right. This is an anime girl who serves as the personification of your faithful plastic cutters, dreamed up by God Hand as a mascot for one of their most popular products. Nipako, real name, Celine P. Napanine, or Napanine, I know I'm mispronouncing that, is the first nipper princess of the planet Kyogo. Oh, God. You gave her a backstory and everything. Now this is starting to hurt more. You gave her a backstory. A world whose inhabitants bear a resemblance to various tools. The aliens need an energy called monozukuri to survive. And it just so happens that Earthlings like us generate this whenever we make something. Oh, I'm not going to try to pronounce that energy again. It's impressive. Nipako comes to Earth to study this phenomenon. But when her ship crashed and she got stranded here, she ended up getting hooked on geeky hobbies herself. Thus, Nipako became a friend to hobbyists worldwide, sending back her findings to her home planet. You gave her a backstory, damn it! It's hurting even more now! Oh God, it hurts even more. You gave her a backstory. In actuality, the anime mascot was designed in 2013 by Symphogear character designer Satoshi Koike, and I know I mispronounced that. And Project Nipako was established to hype God Hand tools and give hobbyists a new character to love. Nipako got her own Figma and Nendoroid figures, model kits, and even a guest appearance in the anime Frame Arms Girl. Didn't even know that. Itself based on a popular model kit line. Fans latched onto her, creating art and garage kits and fan animations. But all things must come to an end. It's so sad. I mean, this sucks. I mean, I just learned about her. Now she's going away. It's like, no, God damn it, no! You gave her a backstory. It hurts even more. And apparently, Nipako's planet needs her. Screw your planet! You belong to us now! You stay here. We'll send somebody else. We'll send somebody else back to your planet. Screw your planet. You stay with us. The Godhand site today announced, though, that Nipako's spaceship has been fixed, and she will be flying home to planet Koigo to ascend the throne. In real-world terms, the project is closing down for various reasons. It's like, okay, let's get the BS out of the way for actuality's sake and for the sake of keeping my sanity for this, because now I'm sad that a freaking anime mascot that I literally just met is going away. This sucks. In actuality, it's closing down because of various reasons. As of August 31st. That means an end to collaborative projects and merchandise. However, Godhand has also made the beloved anime mascot open source. For those of you out there now chomping at the bit as to what that means, it means she's now no longer held by copyrights. You're welcome. She lives. It's like Frankenstein's creature. You almost feel great that you're bringing it back to life. She lives. I'm sorry, it just sounded weirdly weird. With the official end of the project, Nipako can now be used freely in comics, games, merchandise, and more. And I hate the fact that car, it gets here earlier and earlier every freaking night. God, sorry about that. Hopefully my voice muffled it out. Alright, where was I? Oh yes, she can now be used freely in comics, games, merchandise, and more, provided it's a non-commercial endeavor. So in other words, you can't do it. Hey, there's more guidelines on their site. Let's see what they have to say, shall we? But that basically means that even though we won't be seeing any more official work, she'll still live on through fans. Who knows? Maybe that was the intent all along. Damn it, you make me care about it. This is almost as bad as that. I watched, like, when I was in middle school, there was a news report on, I was channel surfing it was like a Wednesday night, it was Wednesday night. I'm channel surfing, and there was a thing on about this, I guess some country's version of Sesame Street, they had a Muppet character on there. And the character had a disease, and it wasn't going to kill her or anything, but she had to live with it for the rest of her lives. It was to teach kids, because I guess that area had, a lot of people with that disease, so it was set there to teach kids. And I felt for the Muppet, okay? I felt sad for the Muppet, alright? I almost wanted to just give the Muppet a hug. I felt like the Muppet needed a hug. Damn it, it made me feel. Way to go, you made me feel, damn it. You made me feel about an anime mascot that I literally just met. I'm hurt. I'm hurt by this. You've hurt me. You've hurt me in ways that nobody could before. But anyway, according to Project Nipako, the Nipper personification, Nipako-chan official website. Ultimate Nipako-chan is in the range of creative activities and amateurs and creators. It is copyright free. That does not require any application. If you are within the guidelines, you can freely create and sell. Wow, starting to thunder. Damn. You can freely create and sell, starting with events that use copyright systems on the day. You can use Nipako at any creative event. I did not know it was going to start thundering like that. Damn. All right. Doing a podcast with thunder. Anything can happen on this podcast. Companies will not be able to apply for commercialization for all new products, so please refrain from contacting us. So you will not. So companies cannot do this, but individuals can. So you can take this cute little anime mascot girl and make her your own. New registration is now closed. Regarding new licensed products have been announced or are in progress. They can continue to be sold after September 20th or after September 2020. However, please note that we do not accept resale applications. Okay. See here we go. See, it does not require any application, supervision, permission, sale of three-dimensional objects at events that have a copyright system on the day, sale of goods, creative thing, distributing doujinshi at doujinshi sale events, online shopping with personal accounts, etc. No application is required for any creation within the range of amateur activities. So in other words, amateur hour finally gets its time in the sun. Yes! It's about the definition of amateur creative activities, fan activities by individuals and creator groups mainly outside the profit of the company. The main purpose is not to make a profit, but only to the fan activity of the work. Small lots, individual sales, including web, direct sales, and events without large-scale distribution or mass production. That is the definition of amateur hour for this. So there you go. And then there's a bunch of Q&A. I'll read a couple of them here quick. At events that use the copyright system on the day, such as Wonder Festival, I want to sell three-dimensional objects, garage kits, etc. No application required. Please create and sell freely within the following guidelines. I want to mail order the goods I made, fantasies, and three-dimensional objects. Answer: it is possible to sell freely if it is a method similar to so-called direct selling. That is not large-scale distribution or transactions through wholesalers. So eBay would count. You could sell person to person. Let's see here. So no application is possible. State the creation public. So there's like a whole bunch of them on here, but yeah. Oh, here we go. I want to publish and sell so-called R18 works. Please do not make such inquiries in public, SNS, etc. Even if you have doubts. Also, please do not point out, even if you find it in the creative activities of others. Let's enjoy it secretly. So in other words, if somebody were to do something with this and defame it, don't ask, don't tell. Works for something. It definitely at least works. It works for this. I reuse that joke because I heard it once before. But yeah, don't ask, don't tell. We're not going to ask why you're doing this. You don't tell us about it. That's fine by us. And that'll work for this thing. But it's copyright free. It's copyright free. That's all that matters. It's copyright free. So you can use it. So even though the company has basically pushed her back into her spaceship and beamed her back home to her home world, and she's like E.T., she's phoned home, you, the fans, can keep her alive by doing whatever the hell you want with her. So thank you oh so much, great and powerful beings that created her, giving us fans, now me who just found her for the first time, you've given us fans a reason, and I do mean a reason, to rejoice and be happy. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You have our undying gratitude. Whoopee! Alright, so you've got to love virtual conventions. I mean, these things are going to be taking over, and in all honesty, I'm amazed we didn't do this a long time ago, even before all this shit started happening. Because this proves that virtual conventions are the wave of the future. You know, we can build upon this and really go for it. I mean, you make your own avatar, that's basically you cosplaying. Seriously, you can do anything in virtual reality, provided you at least have the skills to do it, or if they set up a system for you to do it. I mean, if you can make your own characters, you can do anything. The world is at your fingertips, and boy, howdy is it worth it. So anyway, over 100,000 people from around the world attended a virtual doujinshi event. Now, I know what a lot of you are saying, but Andrew, doujinshi, isn't that porn? Yes and no. Watch Negative Legends' video. He put it out on Valentine's Day. I know my one subscriber's gonna go. He didn't watch it. I know. I saw the tweets. I watched a bit of it myself, but it's still an educational piece because doujinshi does technically have two different meanings, and a lot of people just automatically assign it to this is what it is, and it's not entirely that. So there is the, I really don't want to say it this way, but there is the sort of hammering it too hard in one direction sort of deal. So you have that. But anyway, earlier this month, Comiket Alternative was put in. There was an article about it in Otaku USA. It was coming just in time to make up for the lack of the physical event this year, the doujinshi event, which is Comiket. So, Comic VCAT, a lot easier to say, by the way. Comic VCAT 1 ended up being held from August 13th to the 16th in a virtual reality space, and it pulled in quite the impressive virtual reality crowd. Gotta love VR crowds. I mean, they still have money. They're still willing to go and see stuff. So apparently over the course of that weekend, the attendees of the event attracted 104,546 visitors from Japan and the rest of the world. 60 companies participated in the 4-day event, along with 337 doujinshi circles, and showing off their latest works to a very eager group of virtual visitors. See, this is why virtual conventions are the wave of the future. I mean, I would never put myself in a plane. First off, I am terrified of heights. Second off, I am a bit claustrophobic. There is no chance in hell that I am going into a plane that's going to be going 30,000 feet in the air just to go out to Comic-Con. That shit ain't happening. Okay? That ain't happening. No way in hell. I would sooner, and I mean this, by the way, I would sooner take a lawnmower to my nutsack than go in a plane and fly 30,000 feet in the air. If I have to go somewhere in like a different state, I'm fucking driving. I have a better chance of surviving on the ground than I do falling out of the sky. I'm sorry. If I hit something, I have a pretty good chance of survival. I fall out of the sky, there's a good chance I'm becoming a crispy, crunchy, peanut buttery Andrew by the time I land. Okay, it ain't gonna be pretty. Definitely not. I do apologize for that, but you got my point. I don't like flying. I don't even like the concept of it. So apparently you could buy doujinshi both physically via mail order or digitally. So the mail order thing, that works out kind of well, which would be the huge thing you would do for a virtual convention. Hey, instead of buying it physically, you do mail order. Hey, I want to order this figurine. Or hey, I want to order like this, figure. Hey, I want to order like 16 of these. That's what conventions basically are. Originally, they were basically conventions for businesses to go and get their hands on shit from like producers and distribution companies and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden it became this massive, we should let the public into this, and everybody came in. So, I think the public kind of joined in, but nobody ever really understood that. But that's what the whole thing of a convention is. I mean, people do business there. They buy shit. It's very impressive. So that's kind of impressive. The whole space went down in what is best said as a replica of the feel of the real Akihabara. So if I would have known about this, which I don't really have a VR headset because they don't seem to work well with glasses, apparently. I have been finding out online review-wise, because there was one that I really liked. I'm like, this is really cool. It was only like 20 bucks on eBay. I was like, hey, this is really cool. And it was a brand name one. It wasn't like a generic piece of shit. It was a brand name one. It was like 20 bucks. It was refurbished, so you knew it was going to work. And I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And I'm reading reviews for it, and it's like, does not fit well with glasses. One person had a pair of glasses, felt like they were breaking the glasses. One person did have their glasses broke, and I'm like, well, screw that idea. I just saved myself 20 bucks. But this is pretty cool. The first virtual event went so well, in fact, that Comic VCAT 2 is already lined up for early 2021. So, Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to virtual reality, baby. It's the new era. Gone are the way of the olden days. Now it's virtual reality. At this point, why don't we just figure out a way to stay in our homes and control avatars? We're pretty much one step away from that. Somebody get James Cameron on the phone. Let's figure out how we can make a virtual reality avatar robot that we can control. I can sit at home and have that thing go to work for me. Put it on autopilot, and it can go to work for me, and I can stay at home. I like that idea. But either way, I mean, this is impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, that's a good one. So, yeah, I do apologize if you hear the thundering. So long as the power doesn't go out, I'm going to keep going. So, this is pretty cool. I'm really impressed by this. And despite what the sky has to say about it, I think this is a pretty cool idea. I mean, virtual conventions are going to become the wave of the future. I, for one, am all for them because this will allow more people to come, especially ones that weren't able to afford the attendance fee. You make entrance free, and you're basically just, you know, charging servers for it, basically. Like, hey, you know, we have this up, you put ads in all over the place, and you're covered. I mean, shit, seriously, I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, you put, like, where you don't have, like, you six up a virtual reality, and where you don't have, like, let's say you don't have somebody at this table. That's where you put an ad that's willing to pay you, like, $200 every 6 hours, or $5,000 a day or something to put their thing up, or $200 a day, and you have like a bunch of those scattered around. People will see them, because I mean, when you're looking around a convention, same thing like when you were, like, if you do flea market and yard sale stuff, you will scan in a row. You don't just go all over the place. You'll scan in a row. If you know you want to look for something, you'll scan in a row. Because you'll just follow the masses. I mean, you'll look around, but it's something that'll still catch your attention. But either way, I am all for virtual conventions. They have my blessing. Keep going. I'd like to go to one at some point, a virtual one, because I think these are pretty cool. But, you know, I'm all for this. This is definitely cool. Now, if we can get social media to go this route and do VR social media, I think then we would have the new future. It would be the new age. Of course, we just have to sort of dumb down smartphones a bit, but we'd be in business either way. Or at least make a global network and make all phones free. There's an idea. Huh, that could be a discussion video. Free global phone network. That everybody can just use your smartphones, no contracts, no minutes. It's literally just one gigantic connection. Huh. How does it pay for itself? Ads. That's an idea. I'll have to jot that down. But either way, I'm all for this. Definitely. I know, I'm all over the place tonight. But yeah, this is a cool idea. Congratulations, and looking forward to Comic VCat 2. The Second Coming. Okay, so the most popular Pokemon mascot in the history of the franchise. You know, the one that they are threatening to evolve this week, that I swear to God, if they do, I will rant up a blue streak. I know you're all kind of rolling the dice and telling them to do it because you want to see me pissed off, but I mean, this is going to be the rant that'll probably give me a brain aneurysm. That'll probably be it. I'll be done. So, Pikachu is joining the, oh God, the PPAP artist, Pikotaro, for a new single video. For those of you who are unfamiliar with who Pikotaro is, allow me to explain. He is apparently the Weird Al of Japan. Yes! Do you remember that Pen Pineapple Apple Pen, or PPAP? Yeah! That guy's back! He's apparently the Weird Al of Japan. No, thank you. I'll take the English adaptation of Weird Al. Thank you very much. I think our version's a little more funny. I did not get the whole Pen Pineapple Apple Pen thing. It kind of disturbed me. But anyway, on August 31st, a new video is going to be dropping with Pikachu. And Pico Taro. In the meantime, the press release informs us that the song is aimed at children who can't have fun to their heart's content this summer vacation due to COVID-19 and heat stroke. It was pretty bad heat-wise over in Japan. I was seeing reports about that. It's been really, really hot in Japan. Yeah, it has. It's sort of like how last year, I think it was, where London was experiencing that massive heat wave, where it was like extremely hot, or like the year before, where it was like extremely hot. Like the tires were actually melting on the roadway hot. Yeah, Japan was having something similar to that this past year. That's not good. So, apparently Pikotaro in the comments, Pikachu and I both wear/have a lot of yellow, and I've always felt simpatico. Making the song was so much fun, P. I don't understand this guy. He's the Weird Al of Japan. No, I will take the English version, the English adaptation. I don't even want subtitles. Let's just take the English adaptation. So, for those of you that were living under a rock or have drank yourself into a stupor, or just somehow managed to forget, what this guy was popular for, because, not many people remember really popular songs. I mean, Gangnam Style is still somewhat popular, but that thing hit over 1 billion views on YouTube, so what does that tell you? I think it's going to go down in history. This was... Pen Pineapple Apple Pen. It was released as a YouTube video in August of 2016 and reached 1 million views within a month. It even hit the US Billboard charts, where at 45 seconds it set a record as the shortest hit single in history. It is 45 seconds long, which is 44 seconds too long. Sorry, it's 44 seconds too long. No offense. I'm just... No, I'm not... No. No, no. No, 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 and no. You know what? No. Just freaking no. No. So, I mean, I don't understand this. I don't understand what the hell Pikotaro even is. I mean, they're calling him the Weird Al of Japan, okay? Weird Al exists. Why do you need a version in Japan? You can just dub some Weird Al songs. I guarantee you, okay, let's do this quick. Hold on. I guarantee you I could go onto YouTube and look up a Japanese version of a Weird Al song. Hold on. Let's go with the popular one. Eat It. So we got Eat It, Weird Al, JPANESEVERSION. And I still like the fact that I gotta thank YouTube for finding a song that apparently Weird Al keeps getting miscredited for, but it wasn't him, called Barney's on Fire. That was kind of funny, but now YouTube keeps wanting me to watch that more and more. There actually is one. Somebody has one up. The parody of Michael Jackson's Beat It. It's hit song in Japan with a modified version of it to fit the Japanese tone. So still, there's a Japanese version. So Weird Al exists. Weird Al exists in Japan. Why do you need a Japanese version of Weird Al? I don't understand. This isn't making any sense to me now. I'm at nothing. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. Nothing at freaking all here. Nope, I'm done. I'm out. If this will be out on the 31st, probably be out by the time this thing goes up. Maybe a little later in the day. I don't know. Who freaking knows? Yeah. Okay. Whatever. No. Nope. I'm out. Okay, so I have been watching a lot of YouTubers playing Fall Guys. Well, basically, I've been watching Markiplier, Wade, and Bob playing Fall Guys. And I am starting to really enjoy the MXC knockoff video game here. Basically, it's Tashiki's Castle. I didn't know what it was when I talked about it the last time. It is Tashiki's Castle, because I actually pulled up an episode of Most Extreme Elimination Challenge today. You can pull it up on Tubi right now, and there's also a couple of them up on YouTube, and there's even one using the Fall Guys thing with the two hosts from MXC giving feedback. It's kind of funny. But the internet is now reacting to Fall Guys in a new way. It turns out what we thought were cute little strange like penguin jelly bean type things. Yeah, these sons of bitches are 6 feet tall. Now I have some questions. I always thought it was like a penguin type thing, just missing the beak, but no, they're like jelly beans that can walk and feel, which kind of makes me never want to have a bag of Starburst jelly beans again, and they're my favorites, and I can get them all year long. Nah, screw it, I still want them. But basically, the jelly bean characters themselves are 6 feet tall. I'm like 6'2", 6'3", and they're 6 feet tall. What in the hell? These things are huge. I mean, Jesus, they're huge. I mean, they're freaking huge. So the official Fall Guys Twitter account posted the above image, which is in the article, writing, in awe at the size of this lad. Absolute unit. 183 centimeters. Fall Guy actual size. Yeah, I thought they were little. I thought they were tiny. No, they're 6 feet tall. But I like that. This shouldn't be a complete surprise because the official account also tweeted this out. The Fall Guys are 183 meters tall. So, okay. Yay. But still, 6 feet tall? Come on. That's huge. That's massively huge. Still, I mean, they are kind of cute. But at this point, I mean, we're talking like sentient jelly beans here. I mean, this is like an episode of Doctor Who. You know, where all of a sudden you land on a planet and you just see these big, pillowy marshmallow things come walking over towards you, and they hug you. And you're like, oh, this is a peaceful planet. And then they want you to play with them, because they have competitions and daily competitions on their planet, and then they just try to push you off then they just try to like push you off a ledge or something. Then they're no longer cute. Now they're psychotic and homicidal. But yeah, 6 feet tall. Sons of bitches are 6 feet tall. I mean, what the holy hell? I mean, they're cute. Don't get me wrong, they are cute. I mean, these things are gonna be money makers. I mean, you put out some little figurines of these sons of bitches, and you're gonna be netting some big extra cash there. But I swear the creators of this game had to have watched some episodes of Tashiki's Castle and Most Extreme Elimination Challenge and just thought, we could make a game like this. Yeah! Just put little jelly bean creatures in there. Yeah! I mean, they almost look like grown-up versions of the adipose from Doctor Who in a way. Except that they're wearing a costume, which is a bodysuit. So you kind of wonder what the hell is on the inside of it, because all you see is like this, you know, circle with 2 eyeballs and then whatever the costume is on the outside, which does kind of worry me. I mean, it is kind of creepy in its own sort of special, psychotic, creepy-esque Flanders type of way. That is kind of creepy in multiple ways, but still, 6 feet tall. Jesus Christ. I mean, I thought they were tiny, but my God, 6 feet tall. Wow. I just, It's like Baymax levels of tall, right? I mean, Baymax was what? I mean, they almost look like Baymax in a way, too. I mean, they're just like a massive copyright infringement, or like a very, very loose definition of copyright there. I mean, they look like several different copyrightable things, but they're basically a jelly bean. But they could just be relatives of Baymax for all we know. Damn! 6 feet tall! I mean, these things are klutzes! 6 feet tall! Wow! Just wow! I know this game is popular because apparently there are speed hackers that are going into this thing to make their characters faster so they can do better in the competition, which, you cheating bastards, you will get caught. There's like a whole bunch of other stuff. I think I saw something online about them putting this to like smartphones, but only in certain countries right now. But either way, I mean, sweet Jesus, this is 6 feet tall! Could you imagine 6 feet tall? Could you imagine being standing in front of the massive herd of these things, like all 60 of them coming at you at one time? You're seeing 66 foot tall jelly bean like creatures charging you. I'm sorry, at that point I'm crapping myself and just dying of shock. That's the end of it. That's exactly what's going to end up happening. I'm just crapping myself and dying of shock. Holy, 6 feet tall. God damn. Oh well. It's impressive nonetheless. You're 6 feet tall and they still can't play soccer. Huh. That figures. Well, the balls are gigantic too, but still. Oh well. Alright, so for a lot of people out there, anime budgets make or break a series. If the budget sucks, there's a good chance the series may not survive. If it's a shoestring budget and it's a hit, then those people are very talented that created it. But if you throw a crap ton of money in it and it sucks, where'd the money go? However, for a lot of these things, you don't gotta worry about it much more. Anime budgets have seen a massive increase thanks to global demand, according to producers. That is a humongous thing here. I mean, for starters, anime is something that we can all share. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, anime is a wonderful thing to have. I mean, and despite what some voice actors say, anime is a good thing. Yes, it's not a necessity, but you know what? Having that mental health to be able to break away from the normality of your average everyday life, yeah, you need something to escape, reality. If anime does it, then let anime do it. But anyway, Yoshitada Fukuhara, producer at the anime studio 8 Million, has been sharing insider information on the world of anime budgets through Twitter. In 2019, according to Crunchyroll, Fukuhara tweeted that it typically costs around $142,000 to make an episode of anime. An episode! That's 15 billion yen. Now, though, because anime is increasingly doing so well around the world, some anime studios are able to up their budgets for anime making. Fukuhara explained this in detail, updating the previous tweet about finances. A translation was happily supplied by Crunchyroll. Thank you, Crunchyroll, for that. Wow, there are some decent things there. So, sorry about that. I thought I was going to have to sneeze. So this tweet is from a year ago, but recently the market price for an anime episode has been around 20 million yen, $190,000. This is because overseas distribution sites are focused on the popularity of the original work, the studio and the creator when they license the series at a high price. So a majority of the orders are concentrated on the more popular studios. Furthermore, the bigger studios tend to be able to claim royalties easily. That's freaking true. On the contrary, it is difficult for smaller studios to claim royalties. Well, yeah. I mean, that's a simple one. But overall, budgets are increasing, but the royalties made through domestic broadcast TV licensing are changing and are gradually disappearing. The new idea is that once an original work has a proven track record, the studio will be able to claim royalties. In order to achieve this, the trend in the future will be for production studios to not only produce works, but also to create a system that allows them to do their own copyright business, to merge or be acquired by a major company, or to work with a production company. The number of original works is decreasing, and it would be nice if there were more original anime created by studios. Yeah, basically give somebody a cut of something. You need to dangle. I mean, this is business 101. If you want an employee in a business to work harder, give them an incentive. Like, hey, if you manage to get all this stuff done for the week, you get all this stuff done in like 2 days, I'll give you the rest of the week off. They'll move their ass, because they'll be looking at 3 free days. Now, granted, they won't get paid for it, but it balances out the amount of time they're probably going to be getting for those 2 days. On top of that, with some companies, offer them stock, then that way, how they perform is reflected upon the company, and therefore is reflected upon the stock that they get. The company goes belly up, they're screwed. The company does well, they do well. Gotta give them something to hook them on. With newer anime creators and newer like producers and that, people wanting to do anime series, the issue is that there's no money in it. You can't get your hands on something, you can't make a living on it, why bother doing it? And it's sad but true. I mean, it's the heart and the passion, yeah. But as I and so many people have stated multiple times, smiles and hugs do not pay bills. God knows if they did, I would just visit the phone company once a month and give them a hug, and the electric company and give them a hug, and I would actually go and visit my student loan place, and I would give them a hug. Go, here, let me hug you. Let me hug you real tight. Just to make sure that this counts for the month. But does this mean that anime budgets will continue to increase? And what would that entail for workers in the industry, overseas licensors, and fans? We'll have to wait and see, though, what Fukuhara tweets next. But otherwise, this could be interesting. So, in other words, the anime industry is seeing a massive surge. Well, no duh. I mean, people are buying anime series over here. And yes, you have the pirating sites, but I still stand by what I said. I would, if you're desperate to look for an older, out-of-print, extremely rare, like there's 3 copies on eBay, but they're commanding $600-700 a piece, and you want to know is it worth the time and money to invest in it, watch it online first. That's my stand. I don't care what that voice actress from Fairy Tail has to say. That's where I stand on that. VHS tapes are expensive, and you try finding a working VHS player in the year 2020. That is like finding a freaking working Victrola. Okay? No, let me rephrase it. That is like finding a working film projector. Yeah! I remember those from school. But either way, this is actually pretty interesting. So anime budgets are going up, meaning that we're going to be seeing, I'm assuming, like an increase in quality and an increase in the series themselves. So I'm down with this wholeheartedly. So this is actually pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, this is impressive, to say the least. But still, this is cool. I dig it. I'm down. Alright, so let's talk about an anime series and group of series you've probably never heard of. I only know of the one, and the only one that I know of is the same one that everybody probably knows of. So giant robot fans, prepare to rejoice. Prepare to celebrate 30 years of Brave shows. Now, for those of you that think, oh, okay, what's he talking about? So if you're a fan of giant robot anime, there's a good chance you already are aware of Sunrise's Brave series. Or at least the one title from 1990 to 1997. Or at least one of the titles in the series. The run from 1990 to 1997, the series hoped to keep Transformers relevant in Japan, but it went on to do much, much more. To the point that fans are preparing to celebrate the franchise's 30 years. The franchise is basically 30 years later. This is impressive. So after Generation 1 of Transformers was completed, the good series of Transformers, before... Well, Beast Wars wasn't bad, but Beast Machine sucked, and then it just kind of went downhill from there until we got to the Unicron trilogy, and then Machinima's versions, Machinima's 3 weren't bad, and I have not heard good reviews for War for Cybertron Siege. I have not heard good reviews for that. Like, I have not heard good reviews for that. That's sad. But basically, after Generation 1 of Transformers was completed, Japan's love of the U.S. imports started to drop off. Oh no. So Takahara Tomy teamed up with anime studio Sunrise to make their own iteration of the robots in disguise. The studio turned to designer Kunio Okinawa, or Okawara, my apologies, who had worked on both iconic 70s Super Robots and the materialistic robots of Gundam, to bring a new style to the new style of giant robot to life. And the only one that I know of is Gao Gai Gar. This is probably the one that everybody knows. Unless you know of 1991's Brave of the Sunfighter, of the Sun Firebird, because of the meme, but I doubt it. I don't even know half the memes anymore. So the result was a blending of Transformers, mechanics, and a Japanese giant robot aesthetic. And oh man, years later, it's still pretty cool. But yes. That aside though, this thing went on for a while. It had 7 installments in total, capped off with Gao Gaigar, the King of Braves, which through its sheer hot-bloodedness is the one that really made good, which is also probably the one that a lot of people know about, because I remember seeing a trailer for that in one of my anime DVDs. I remember the intro theme song too is really cool. So if you're a giant robot fan, you'll have seen Gao Gaigar and others, 1993's Might Gain for example, in venues like the massive crossover game series Super Robot Wars. You know, the thing where they have a whole shit ton of robots beating the living crap out of each other. I think Gao Gaigar was also in one of the Another Century episodes, like the Ace series, but don't quote me on that, because I know there were a lot of mecha in there. There was Aquarion, I know Getter Robo was in there, there was a few Gundam, some bots that I didn't even know of, and still don't. But yeah, so don't quote me on that one. So it's no wonder, though, that this year, the 30th anniversary is being observed in multiple ways. New light novels are coming out based on the peripheral material from Gao Gaigar. A big exhibition is going up in December, featuring production materials from the series' entire run and beyond. And there could be more. We'll just have to wait and see. Sadly, Brave shows are still a little hard to get a hold of in the West. But hopefully with the resurgence of the fandom, and during its anniversary year, that could change. See, this is a reason why you would have sites that, you know, like, okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, that would pirate stuff, because look, this is one that I can't get my hands on here, and finding an actual, you know, original copy costs a king's ransom. Let me see if I can find it online to watch to see if it's worth my time to look for it. I don't care what that voice actress has to say. But yeah, so either way, this is impressive. 30 years, it's still going, and it's still loved by so many. And you have to admit, I mean, I'm a fan of giant robots. I just remember Gao Gaigar from the intro that I saw in the trailer. But either way, this is cool. It's impressive. I love it. This is massive. I hope that, like, other series get the same treatment when they hit, like, certain year marks, certain milestones. This is cool. I know Gundam usually does some cool stuff for their anniversaries, and so on and so forth. And I know that Bill Diver's Re-Rise just ended this week, so that was pretty nice. I think there is something new coming out, though, if I heard the rumors right online, so, or at least if I heard the scuttlebutt online, so there is that. But either way, this is impressive. So hopefully we'll get more information. Maybe some of these will find their way over here to the U.S. You know, maybe Shout Factory might be a good idea to start off with. Send them, you know, talk to them about dubbing it over here, or even just getting the sub version over here. You know, like what they did with the Sentai series. They were really good with that till Hasbro screwed the pooch, and now they can't even touch them anymore. What they have on there is all they have, and they ended at Hurricaneger. I would love to see an Abba Ranger. They were like one off of Abba Ranger, damn it. They were one off of Abba Ranger. Either way, this is impressive. This is cool, and if you get a chance to check them out, I highly recommend doing so. But yeah, I mean, I remember Gao Gaigar from the trailers. I've seen some clips of it. The transformation sequence is badass, and that bot is massive. Holy crap, that thing is massive. But if you know these, if you've seen some of them, if you've seen clips, if you've seen them, that's cool. If not, check out clips. I highly recommend checking out clips. They're not bad. It's really easy to find them on YouTube. Just type them in. But yeah, they are cool. They are really cool to watch. Giant robots come on. Giant robots kick ass. There's nothing ever wrong with a giant robot. Never. Alrighty, everybody, and that's going to pretty much do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, I apologize for the thunder. Happily, it is now past. I also apologize for the jerk that decided to drive down my street blaring their radio. May they rot in hell. And thank you all for tuning in. I know I had to record this one early this week, so there were, like I said, extenuating circumstances beyond my control. Nothing I could do about it. But either way, thank you for tuning into the podcast. Thank you for hanging out with me for this last, I want to say, almost hour or so. Either way, thank you so much. And as always, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This is the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. Don't forget to start submitting your questions for the September Q&A video. Don't forget to check out my other videos. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down button. Ring the bell notification if you do subscribe, if you want to be up to date with all new videos that drop. And stay tuned for an upcoming update video coming out some point soon. I'm still working on it. I'm fine-tuning some stuff that I want to talk about in said update video. So there is that. But either way, I'm Andrew Rhodes. I'm bowing out. Good night. Goodbye. And hey, while we're at it, just in case you're slightly waking up, good morning. Until next time, see ya.